why would she get children with someone else? Bro, I don't know what came over me. I started punching her against the wall. And Lisa, why? I felt so betrayed. We tried our best. Unfortunately, hizo injuries umepewa your wife was so bad. She did not make it.
Inakuwaje watu wangu wa nguvu, mimi ni presenter Ali, your entertainment PA, and by the way the A is always for amazing siku zote. Natia bidii kuhakikisha kwamba nakuletea stories tofauti za burudani, and of course it's another episode fully and proudly sponsored by Superior Gardens Properties. They have land along Juja Farm area, that is Amani Gardens phase 1. An eighth of an acre is going for 750,000 Kenya shillings. Namba ya kupiga iko kwenye screen yako, na ukipiga simu unasema of course kwamba umetumwa na the entertainment PA. Na leo nimekuja kupiga story na one amazing guy ambaye anaitwa Socrates. He's gonna introduce himself in a bit, na ni jamaa ambaye amepitia mambo mengi sana kwenye maisha, lakini sitaki nizungumze sana, wacha ajitambulishe. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing well, Ali. How are you?
I'm good.
I'm privileged to be here on your space. I've always admired what you do, and I feel blessed to be here.
Yeah. Karibu sana. So basically, you've gone through a lot in life, and I really love it to hear from you, because I've watched your stories, and I really love, you to share with us what you've been through.
All right, thank you so much, Ali. Again, thank you so much for the opportunity. I've been through a lot in life, and I want to share with you some of the experiences so that your lovely fans can pick one or two lessons. So, Ali, some of the things I've undergone are so painful. I hope that you don't judge me because then shit happens. So, there's a time in 2020 I lost my family. Because of infidelity on my end. And Ali, I didn't lose them in the sense that they left me. I lost them in the sense that they passed away. My wife, Sandra, and my two daughters passed on because of my cheating. And I really regret it. So at that particular point, Ali, I was working at an insurance company, and definitely for security reasons, I will not mention them. My job was well paying. I was very stable financially. My wife too was a lecturer at one of the local universities. So at my place of work, unfortunately, let me blame Satan, because who are to blame Satan for the wrong things we do. I had a secret affair with my colleague. Again, I won't mention her name. So we were having an office fling. Make no mistake, Ali, I loved my wife. I really loved her, but I don't know what happened. So I found myself dating one of my colleagues. So it started with the usual office compliments. Hey, you look good today, so and so. You look good too. How about a stroll after lunch before afternoon working hours? No. You get the train. So we ended up catching feelings for each other, and a very illicit affair began. Of course, I tried as much as possible not to let my wife know of the affair I was having back at the office. So, Ali, extramarital affairs, there's nothing beyond the usual romantic things. It's just cheating as it is. A lot of illicit sex, a lot of, disrespect to your wife and all that. So this day, I really felt like having a private moment with this office lover of mine. But strangely, this particular day, Ali Kata, that Socrates, my husband, she was also married. My husband alikuwa ametoka, but he didn't tell me when he will be back. But I suspect that he's gonna be back either today or tomorrow. So I can't risk going with you. Tulikuwa tunaenda Naivasha sana. So I can't risk going with you to Naivasha or whatever you want us to spend the evening, because sijui atarudi lini. Furthermore, Socrates, I'm not feeling well, unaona. But that day, Ali, I really felt like being with this side chick of mine. So I told her, okay, if you feel we can't, go out and have some private moments. I think you know what I mean. Why don't I drive you home? Ni could drop because you're not feeling well. Then I go back home to my family. She was like, my instinct inaniambia Socrates, usinipeleke home. Let me just get a matatu. I'll go home and I promise you, this particular weekend, it was on a Tuesday, this coming weekend, I'll make it up to you when everything is okay. Nikisha recover, tutaenda mahali tujibambe and have our private moments. Bro, mi nili insist. Nikamshow, I insist. You're not feeling okay. Wezi enda kwa matatu, ukae na watu. And you are feeling dizzy, headache, nini. Get into my car, let me drive. Hata sitaingia. I'll just drop you at your gate. Niende zangu kwangu. Ali, she accepted. So we drove, alikuwa na Shingong Road. So we drove to her place, tukafika kwa gate. Akaniambia ni mwachia kwa gate, nika insist hapana. Let me ingia, she had a standalone home, her own home. The husband had bought her home. So nikamwambia let me get into the house, then I reverse. Nikitoka, then go back to town, ndio niende kwangu Thika Road. She was like, it's okay. So nikaingia kwa compound yao. And to be honest, ungemwangalia, alikuwa dizzy sana and she was sweating. So I told her, get an Uber guy after I've gone to go back and get you meds. Tulikuwa tumesahau. So that at least temperature yako cool. She was like, okay. Ali, do you know, iyo moment nilimuona, remember she was a side chick. Iyo moment nilimuona akiwa in that state, I was more and more attracted to her sexually. I wanted her so much in that state that she was in. She was sick, she had told me. But again, allow me to blame Satan. So tukatoka kwa gari, nikamwambia unakaa ni mtu wewe, ukitoka kwa hii gari utaanguka. Let me help you, nikuingize kwa sitting room. Akakubali shingo upande, you understand? So I helped her through the sitting room, tukakaa kwa sofa. Hatukubother kuwasha light, you understand? So nilikuwa nampepeta hivi, tulikuwa tumekaa close hivi nampepeta, trying to wipe out the sweat. The temptation is there to, hug her and kiss her. That particular romantic moment. Remember, hatukuwa tumewasha stima. So at that moment when, I was about to, excuse myself, give her a final kiss, a goodbye, nitoke niende home, light ya hiyo sitting room, bro, went on abruptly. And kwa hallway, standing between the sitting room and the hallway yao was the husband looking at us, carrying a knife. Bro, nili panic. I ran out of the sitting room and then I hopped into my car. So ile design nilikuwa nimepark, the gari ilikuwa ina face nyuma na the back side of the car ilikuwa ina face gate. So I had to reverse, niingie kwa highway, then ni negotiate corner, ni speed off. Ujamaa alikuwa ananifuata. Remember his car pia ni kama hakuwa ameipark ndani, alikuwa ameipark nje. So venye natoka nika reverse dangerously into the highway because their house was next to the road, bro. So ile ku reverse blindly, there was a car that was coming hapo kwa highway nilikuwa naingia. Nilijipata, I rammed into that car that was coming and my car rolled. And I think that is the moment I realized I don't remember after that. What I remember is that nilijipata hosi with a lot of wounds. Mkono yangu ilikuwa imevunjika, bro. So I was like, okay, what am I doing here? Nani alinileta? Because I remember there was an accident when I was escaping the husband of my side chick. What really happened? So your time na fikra zinarudi, bro. One of the nurses came in, akaniambia, hey, by this Socrates, you survived an accident and count yourself very lucky. It was a very bad accident. Umeingia kwa highway at a high speed, ukagonga gari. So unfortunately bro, unfortunately the people wenye uli smash into their car, they did not survive. And medical procedures of this country, you are allowed to be given the details of those who you got an accident with. So waliniletea hiyo file. Bro, kufungua file, that car yenye niliram into nikihepa had 3 occupants. Their names were there, their ages were there, and body description, and moshari walikuwa wamepelekwa. Bro, it was my wife's name and my 2 daughters' name. Apparently hiyo time walikuwa wametoka shopping, wanatumia hiyo highway na gari ya my wife, so walikuwa napita hapo. It was a coincidence, mi pia nikihepa nikireverse, so I rammed into the car of my wife, and my kids were in there. They did not survive the accident, bro. They passed on. So that is what happened, and that's how I lost my father.
Wow, that is a very sad and touching story. Wow. Your life seems to have been, full of many things and dramas. Pengine ni kitu gani ambacho, what else have you gone through in life?
There's this other experience, bro. It's a good one and a bad one at the same time. Eh? So let me give you the narration. Eh? Nilikuwa I left your uni 2016, eh? But nikiwa uni I used to have a girlfriend to lead it from second year to fourth year. So definitely with that kind of period of time there was a chance to endelea kukaa pamoja in relationship. So when we got out of uni at the same time, we agreed to move in together and start the hustling. Fortunately for us, God alikuwa to bless. She was expecting our first kid. So we got a single room somewhere around Naivasha Road, yeah? From Dagoreti roundabout ukipanda hivyo. We got a single room, bro. Hatukuwa tumesekiwa job, unaona? So you can imagine life, especially for fresh graduates. People want to employ those with experiences. So bro, it was very difficult. It was very difficult, but that's normal. Young couples go through that a lot. There was no problem. The little nilikuwa napata, Mungu alikuwa anatusaidia, bro. Problem began when my mother-in-law, my wife's mom, took an issue with me. Socrates, you can't provide for my daughter. My daughter is pregnant. Kuna times analala njaa. Si kwa ubaya. I'm coming to pick my daughter. Nimrudishie kwangu penye she's assured of the 3 basic needs in life. That is food, shelter and clothing. It was difficult for me even to get her address because there was no work, bro. So I kept telling my mother-in-law, Mom, have faith. Mom, keep praying for us, Mom. Mom, do this. She was like, no. And I was like, really? Me, I thought old women are full of basic wisdom. But then in my mom-in-law's case, it was different, bro. Alisema, no, if you can't man up enough to get a job and provide sufficiently for your family, no. I'm coming for my daughter. I'm coming for my prospective grandchild as well. Nearly bleed. So one day, bro, nilikuwa nimeenda job kuhustle nikakosa. I didn't get anything. In fact, nilitembea from town to where we used to live, Mgu. That is 1 hour 45 minutes. Nothing. Unaona? We were going to sleep hungry that day. Guess what happened, presenter? Huh? That is the day my mom-in-law decided to visit.
The day you searched and found nothing.
Tokens zilikuwa zimeisha kwa our room. Landlord alikuwa ametupea notice. Akasema, by this Socrates, you fala ya kukaa na rent for long acha. Wife ako 8 months. Ako almost to term. And we are hungry. Bro, ilifika 7:30, knock knock knock, mami in-law ndo huyo. Kuingia hakuna stima, wife analia pain, najua hajakula and she's PG. Mimi nimekaa hapo kwa kona sijielewi. I wanted to go borrow unga from a local shop. So hiyo time nikipiga hesabu ya kutoka, ndio mother-in-law kaingia. She got us when the situation was so bad. Nikajiuliza bro, kwani hizi siku zote kuna kwanga na tokens ama kuna kwanga na nimepata
ungekuja hizo?
Hii day ndio whatever ilimlead kwangu. Why this day man? Why this day? She got us in a very pathetic situation. Akaniambia, Socrates, hivi ndio mnaishi? This is, you took my daughter from our place ukamleta kwa this kind of, what is this? Akaambia my daughter, pack, tunatoka sahi, we are going back home. Nili plead bro. I told my wife, babe, tumekaa nawe almost 5 years tangu uni. I'm almost at the verge of getting a job. Nini, why are you going with your mom? Akaambia, by the way, Socrates, I respect my mom. If in her own wisdom anaona turidi na yeye mpaka you stable up, let it be. I want to see my daughter get born. I want to see the entire process of, bringing a child to. Akasema, no, you work hard. One day you'll come reclaim your daughter. Bro, have you ever been broken inside?
Yeah. I
was so broken. Wakapak bro, hiyo time na beg wife usiende, wakapak mother-in-law kaita Uber. It was around 8:30. Uber ikakam, akasema, Socrates manze, I love you so much but let me go. In the fullness of time we will meet again when things are better. Mom-in-law akasema, wewe kijana acha ujinga, tafuta job so that you can reclaim your family when you are man enough to
tafuta pesa kwanza.
Tafuta pesa. Hakuna food, hakuna tokens, there's nothing in the house. Na sasa the only two people that gave me hope in life, the only two people that gave me reasons to live and wake up every day bro, wanaenda. Bro, at that moment yenye washapanda Uber inatoka kwa hiyo mtaa yetu, I received a text. Naona simu yangu ka text kame pop up bro. Niliona hapo, it was a message from SportPesa.
Wacha.
My jackpot bet ya 200 million ilikuwa imeingiana. Immediately that nikaona call. Karauri calling, Truecaller, CEO SportPesa. Socrates, can you make it to our office tomorrow morning? You are our lucky winner for this week's jackpot. Kuangalia window hivyo, ndio hiyo Uber inapotea na my family. That's what happened, bro.
Hey, wow. Hey. The suspense in that story is very incredible. And of course, having this conversation, with Sir Socrates, my viewer, let me just let you know that, all these are fictional stories. And right here, seated in front of you, is Sir Socrates, who is a storyteller. And I can tell that kama umeitazama hii video mpaka hapa, of course, you've been hooked. And that's why I'm reintroducing him to you, just to get to know about the art of storytelling. Welcome to our show. Karibu sana.
Thank you so much, bro. Naona,
that was amazing.
Yeah, naona, everyone's like, oh, what? Yeah, bro.
So tell us about Sir Socrates, now the storyteller. How did it all come about, and how did you end up choosing it as a career?
Thank you so much once again. To reintroduce myself, my name is Sir Socrates. I'm a professional storyteller. By profession, I'm a journalist, but I love storytelling. I love to capture people's imagination and own your mind for a few minutes, and make you learn something from what I tell you. This is my 3rd year in professional storytelling, and it's been quite the journey for me. I thank God for the gift. By the way, guys, those things are not true at all. I have not gone through any of those things. And storytelling is deep. Let me tell you, your story, yours as presenter Ali, was written long before you were born. Ask me why.
Why?
When you were born, Ali, your mom, in her own wisdom, no, let me say your parents, in their own wisdom, they decided to name you Ali. What they did not know, that the A in Ali stands for amazing. And here you are doing an amazing job for people. It was a story that sasa ungeitwa Steven. The S in Steven means what? It's Ali, A for amazing.
The story was it's already there.
Yes. So it figures itself out with time.
That's incredible. And of course, as an art, storytelling is not easy. Not everyone can actually be able to capture people's mind for hours and hours. How do you manage to do that?
I think part of it, bro, to be very honest, it's God-given. You do not wake up one day and decide to be a storyteller, because then you have to appeal to people's hearts, which is very difficult. You have to be a good communicator. You have to be good with words. You have to weave words like a saloonist and come up with a masterpiece. You understand? You do not decide that. God predetermines and injects it into you. You understand? And then the other part is sheer hard work. You know, you are the one who always tells us that be consistent and you'll succeed. The other bit is consistently. Read. Look at your society. Be keen. Don't listen to respond, listen to understand. So once you make a cocktail of all those experiences, you are able to tell a story. Yeah. So half of it is God, half of it is you and your consistency. Wow. Yeah.
Now, for example, let's say you have a story that you'd like to tell us for the first time. Let me just use the word for the first time. Do you normally just have to sit down, come up with this story, write it down, figure out every step or every level of the story, or do you just start storytelling and now everything just figures itself out?
No, you have to premeditate. Okay. You cannot do it on the go. It would be very difficult unless you've mastered the art, like the American film icon Freeman Morgan. Yeah, he can, because he's done the craft for close to half a millennium, a century. So you have to premeditate. You need to put down your thoughts together, and then you need to look at what's happening and use what's happening in the society to relay your story. So to answer you, bro, it's premeditated. Yes. Yeah.
There are, of course, many awards that you've a few awards. Let me use the word a few awards that you've actually won. And also you've had your story taken and published as a movie. Yeah. Tell us about all that.
First of all, I started it as print work. I used to write as opposed to speaking. So the first time I went viral was during the peak of Corona. We all went viral during Corona, apparently.
Yeah. Corona babies.
Yeah. So I did a story on my Facebook that blew up completely, and I got the motisha to, keep doing this. So one of my fans is based in Dubai. He's a producer in Dubai. Shout out to you, Michael. He sent me an email and said, man, these things you're writing are out of this world. If Kenya can't put money on your brain or on your thought process, allow me to do so. I'm picking one of your stories, with your permission, of course, and I'm going to pitch it at the Dubai film festivals. If they like it, they'll do the visuals and they'll send you some money. That's how I got my first paycheck from my work. Apparently not in my own country, but in another land. They say somebody is never accepted in their home area. Yeah. So I did that, and I was very glad. It gave me the push to keep doing stories. Again, in 2020, I was privileged to be named the Human Interest Storyteller of the Year, Sahara Awards, back in Nanyuki. We were in a competition to do human interest fictional storytelling that people can learn something from. We did remember PLO Lumumba giving me the award. It was a monumental moment for me. Yeah.
You talked about, prophets not being accepted in their, home area. Do you ever feel like the art of storytelling is something that, is celebrated here in the country?
Comme si comme ça, 50-50. Those who want to celebrate it, they do. Those who feel it's not a vibe will not. Sadly, the owners of the dollar, government, for the longest time have not tapped into the young people's creativity. We do get support from our readers. I get support from my readers on Facebook and YouTube fairly recently. You get support from your viewers on YouTube. Has government called you to be the face of this year's Jamhuri Day? I'm not saying they do. If they feel they should, call Ali right now, make him the face of Jamhuri. So the owners of the dollar are yet to tap into our craft as storytellers. We get support from those who feel we are doing a good job. And therefore it's a call to action. Bro, the future of the corporate world, the future of the marketplace is in the ability to tell a story and is in the ability to communicate. That's why today you do your storytelling, interviews and all that, then a brand somewhere will say, boss, when you're doing your thing, put my company's name on your screen. You understand? Your ability to communicate is the future of the marketplace. So it's just us to urge them. If they see the sense, they will call us one day. If they don't, we'll keep pushing. We never stop.
We don't have any other option. Anyways, you talked about the future of the market. Now, let's look at the future of storytelling now as an art. Of course, we all know that the first time most of us interacted with storytelling was when our babus, our grandmas used to tell us stories. Then we went to school, we started reading books. Like Sijui Nani Nani and their dog. We went to primary school, high school the same, and now we went out of to experience real life, and we found ourselves telling stories. Now we are in a time whereby we're seeing many people getting into podcasts on YouTube, different social media platforms like Spotify, just to tell their stories. What do you think the future of storytelling looks like right now that we are in a digital world?
Presenter, the future is finally here. And let me borrow Samsung's tagline, next is now. The future has come, and we as storytellers must now find our space within that future that is here. Electronic media, digital media has taken over. Today, Presenter Ali is no longer a person. It's a brand. You're the now mainstream. You understand? People pick things from you and share. You understand? That future is here. What we can now do, bro, is to be consistent and continue disrupting. Waking up every morning and knowing that you are at 300,000 plus. Those are 300,000 human beings waking up every day, hoping beyond all hopes that you will put something on your channel. So it's here. There's no future. It's already here. Consistency and disruption. Wow. That's all.
Amazing sana. Nimekuwa nikipiga story na Socrates mwenyewe. Great insights I've actually got myself. I hope you've gotten something, but I can never let him go without him telling us one more story. There's actually a story that of course you've put on your channel, and it's a very interesting story. So probably for someone who hasn't got time to listen to it, is when you did regret for having a DNA test on your children. Let's do this.
Thank you so much. So for those who want to get more of my stories, I've done over 30 stories on my YouTube channel. Just rush there. It's called Socrates. Just type on YouTube Socrates stories, subscribe manze. I'll be glad.
Take a link pale kwenye comment section, guys. Go subscribe. I'm gonna pin it. Go show some love. Alafu mwambie mmetumwa na the entertainment PA. Let's do this.
Thank you. So bro, 5 years ago I was in marriage actually. I had 2 daughters, Valerie and Jen. Valerie was 8 years old, Jen was 3. We were normal Kenyan middle class family. Waking up, going to work, coming back in the evening, preparing my kids to bed. Nothing out of the ordinary, bro. I was married to a very lovely woman, very polite, beautiful, and extremely loyal to me. I loved my wife so much. So 3 years into our marriage, bro, something happened. I had already done this, began doing storytelling on Facebook. I had not gotten into YouTube. So, when you do these kind of things, people follow you in their thousands, you understand? So one of my followers, or one of my, for lack of a better word, supporters or fans, sent me a DM that by the Socrates, this is a pseudo account, go and do a DNA test on your 2 kids. Thank me later. Imagine, bro, this is the 3rd year in marriage. Everything has been okay. You're raising 2 lovely daughters. Then you receive such a text. As a man, what is this now? So if you do this DNA, if you follow this thing and do this DNA, 2 outcomes. Either the kids are yours or not. Either way, if you go and do the DNA, the mere move to do the DNA shows you trusted the sender of that message and you did not trust your wife. And I trusted and loved my wife, so I ignored that. But you can't ignore it totally. every morning you're driving to work, you're like, do a DNA test on Valerie and Jen and thank that person later. I decided to forget the text. Bro, after 2 weeks, now this was a different person, sent me a DM on Facebook. Hi Sir Socrates, your wife alienda shule this particular high school, alipata hii grade, akaenda this uni, anafanya kazi hapa, she's this years old, I know about you, please go and do a DNA test on your 2 daughters.
This is another person.
This is another person, not the earlier profile. Bro, hata kani wewe.
Ai, inaenda.
Na anajua everything about your wife and you, where ali grow up, kila kitu. Nikasema hapana. I'm gonna do this DNA test. Katambe, bro. Siwezi kana stress. I lost even focus at my workplace. Bro, I intentionally, when I was preparing my 2 daughters to go to work that morning, I intentionally pulled their hair, nywele. You can use the strands for DNA purposes. So nilikuwa nawaogesha, then I then nikazieka mahali where no one would see. Then after ameenda shule, and then their mom, my wife pia ameenda job, I called a local doctor too. Nika book appointment na yeye, nikaenda na hizi strands za nywele zao, Valerie and Jen. Nikamwambia, how much do you charge for DNA? I'm ready to sign a non-disclosure agreement because these are very sensitive issues. Akaniambia, bro, cheza na 11K. I'm gonna do these things and I'm gonna give you results in 3 days. Mbio bro, 11K M-Pesa nini, nikamwambia let no one else know the results in this. 3 days later, I got a text from you, akaniambia kujia results. Imagine the distance kutoka kwa the house to that hospital. What was in my mind, bro? I was shaking. What if they're not mine? What if they are mine? Yes. That was disrespect to my woman because of Facebook people. No one likes thriving relationships. People have issues out here. To cut the long story short, bro, nilienda nikapata hizo vitu. They did not match, meaning they were negative.
All of them?
Or the 2. The kids were not mine.
Wow.
And meaning those guys were right. Meaning those guys know us. They know my family. And this was a trusted doctor. Somebody, people had, he was almost 60 years old. I'm Zay. You understand? Bro, where on planet Earth did my wife, who is the father of these kids? And why did... Okay. Or was the problem me? Was I biologically not able to have children? Even if that was the case, why would she get children with someone else? I've never been violent with women, but that day, bro, I wanted to get home, lay my hands on her. Bro, how venye nilitoka hosi hadi home sijui. But I remember niliingia pale, nikampata, she was on our backyard. She was watering her flowers, she's a gardener. Bro, I don't know what came over me. I started punching her against the wall. And why? I felt so betrayed. And she was like, why are you beating me up? And she was screaming. By the time neighbors walikuwa naingia kumrescue, bro, out of anger and blindness, I'd messed up so much. Alikuwa na bleed kutoka kwa mdomo, and one of the neighbors aliita ambulance. She was taken to the hospital. So at that moment ukiona ambulance inaenda and people are holding you back to relax, that's what you realize. When you realize what you've done is out of this world. So mimi nikawafuata, nikaingia pale, akapelekwa emergency room because nilikuwa naambiwa she had damaged her internal organ, the lungs. She was not breathing. She needed an emergency surgery to restore her air sacs. And pia alikuwa amevunjika mkono. It was pathetic, bro. It was out of anger and a sense of frustration. So hospitali zinakuanga na waiting bays. So I was seated there. Two tragedies. My wife is in emergency room and these two children are not mine. As a man, where do you start from? Unaenda wapi? What will you tell men, your friends, your parents, who always thought these are their granddaughters? It was bad, bro. Even right now, I feel however much I did what I did to her out of anger, but that was bad. It was still bad. So I waited there, nangoja. I didn't even feel okay. I felt bad. It's bad. I don't want to get emotional, bro. So your time nangoja nisikie kama make it or whatever has happened, or I'm still confused. Like what is going on? I get a text from my phone again. Now from doctor, I had taken the DNA to do the air strands back at the other hospital. Akaniambia, by this, Socrates, I'm the doctor who you came to and paid 11K. For the longest time, I and your wife studied at the same college. I had a crush on her, and when I heard that she married you, I felt so bad. I felt so jealous. I'm the one who has been creating Facebook accounts to lie to you that those kids are. So I hope you've not done anything stupid. I was just a man who was jealous. Those kids are yours. So bro, nikisoma hizo text hapo natetemeka. Nika the surgery ilikuwa imeisha. I could see the nurses coming, and then the nurse told me, Socrates, we tried our best. Unfortunately, hizo injuries umepewa your wife was so bad. She did not make it. We lost your wife. She passed on during the surgery. Wanaume mwache hasira.
Wanaume mwache hasira. That was so crazy for you. I really love how you can get into character, how you capture everyone's attention. I could see my directors just staring at you and just trying to, listen to what you're saying, and that was very captivating. Guys, go and follow Sir Socrates on his social medias, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, YouTube. Kila mahali ni Sir Socrates.
Sir Socrates, Twitter Sir Socrates, Instagram Sir_Socrates 1, YouTube Sir Socrates. Just type Sir Socrates stories right now. Please subscribe, support me, give me the reason to, you know,
keep going.
I wish Ali had the entire week. I would be narrating these things here daily. But for more of my stories, just rush to Sir Socrates, subscribe, and I hope this is not the last time you're hosting me.
Yeah, of course, I want you to come again and again. Guys, kama mnataka arudi tena tupigie stories zake, just comment down there below. Tuambieni Sir Socrates arudi. And then nitamuita tena. Mkimtaka tena next week, nitamuita hapa tupigie story 2-3. Thank you very much.
Asante sana bro. I've been one of your longest supporters and fans, and I feel blessed to be in your space.
Wow. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you. Kuna watu unataka kupeana shout out kwa?
I want to the guy who produces my stories. Of course I come up with the content, but there's a guy who does the shooting, editing. He's somewhere around here. His name is Kayla Sylvester. He's been a support system. Thank you so much. I also want to say a very big shout out to my lovely wife, who's also my supporter, Raheli Juma. Thank you so much for the support. Those who have trusted me to also, you know, push their brands outside here, Capital Concierge from Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. Thank you guys so much. And let's heal the world one story at a time.
Wow, amazing sana. Sina ya kuongeza, mimi naitwa presenter Ali, the entertainment PA. The A is always for amazing. Another episode fully and proudly sponsored by Superior Gardens Properties. They have land along Juja Farm area, that is Amani Gardens. Go and grab your piece of land. An eighth of an acre goes for 750,000 Kenya shillings. Ukifika pale tu unasema kwamba umetumwa na maneno nguvu, the entertainment PA. Big shout out pia kwa wanangu nguvu behind the camera. We have director Jose na kaka. Siku zote ukitaka kufanikiwa usipende kusifiwa. I'll see you guys in the next episode.